everybody, and welcome to another episode of What's the Story. So, yesterday, when I did the What's the Story live, my story came out. So, I'm hoping today somebody else's story will have the chance to come out. And so far, well, that might be the case, and I hope that's the case. In any case, I hope that the reading yesterday was helpful to many of you. Okay? All right. Because I know I'm not the only one that's going through what came out yesterday. Which, weirdly enough, is kind of comforting to know that as crazy as my life is, I'm not alone. Okay? Yeah, so, yeah, hopefully the reading that's about to come out now. Because when stories come out that pertain to my life, I tend to take the opportunity to kind of elaborate on my case. Because, I'm still in the middle of fighting for justice for myself. Okay, so when God brings up these stories and they're pertaining to my life, I see it as an opportunity for me to speak my piece. Because it's just my story, my life story is too freaking convoluted. Okay, there are too many moving parts, there's too much deception, too much manipulation for me to keep up with it. So I don't even try to keep up with it. I just coast. And many of the times I come on here and do readings intending to serve you guys, my story end up being told. I'm like, really? The last set of readings I did, my story came up in 8 of those signs. 8 out of 12 signs. From my love life to my work life to my personal life to my family life to the struggle that I'm dealing with the secret society and all that. 8 signs carried my story, my personal story. So God uses this to bless me as much as it's used to bless you, and I hope that I don't take over the scene too much. I try not to, because I want you guys to be able to keep the message pure enough to be able to apply it to your life and your struggle, okay? Because we all are going through something, all right? But my story, I feel hardly any of you are living a story quite as complicated as my own. I'm not saying none of you are, but most of you are not. Not on the level that I have to put up with on a daily basis. Okay? So let's give God thanks for that. But that's why it's important for me to use the opportunities that are given to me to speak my side of the story for those who care to know. Okay? Because I know that there are people following my story from years ago. Because I've been campaigning for a very long time for my justice and for my freedom and for the justice and freedom of my child. At first, my Facebook was for Facebooking like everybody else, and then I realized, hey, I got bigger problems. So my Facebook just became a wall for my campaigning, mostly. But I don't try to do all the campaigning, because I want to have fun in the meantime. So I do battle on my Facebook when it's time to do battle. And then when I'm not doing battles, I like to just scroll through Facebook and feel the joy just like everybody else. Just ease the tension, have a laugh with the funny videos, learn something from some relationship guru. Because, we're all gurus, self proclaimed gurus. That's because we're trying to figure life out, okay? And what we learn, we share. Because there's nobody to really teach us the truth. This society wants to keep us fucked up in the head. So we have to teach ourselves the truth through our experiences. We live it, and then we come and we share what we've learned. Yeah. Since they won't do it for us, we have to do it for ourselves, right? So take what blends with your life. Take what resonates with you, no matter where you go on social media, and leave the rest. Because just because this formula worked for this person, it doesn't mean that it will work in its entirety for you. Maybe part of it may apply to you and serve you well, but some of it may not. So be mindful of that. Yeah. But yeah. So let's find out what this reading is about. What the general gist of this what's the story is about. See right now, they got some mold. It was deliberately done that way so that I could possibly develop breathing issues, but God has been strengthening me with the wisdom necessary to keep it down, so my health is still very good order. Okay, it's not supposed to be, but somehow the mold, even though I clean it, it's like they've in, ingrained it into the drywall, and it emits a type of toxic toxic fume. Okay, so as I'm in here, for all these months I've been in here, it's been a problem. It's been releasing these toxic fumes. So what I find I need to do on a regular basis is kind of just wipe the area. Okay, because I don't know if it secretes stuff as well, but definitely some kind of toxic fume is being secreted from it. And then the water, let's not talk about what they're doing to my water. Okay, when I put the water in the freezer to freeze, the water turns white. Even when I run the water from the tap and look at it, you can see whatever white powdery substance or whatever they put in my water. And you know what? When I use the water, it my lips get really dry, and if I open my mouth, it actually splits my lip, and it was deteriorating the enamel. Whatever they put in my water was actually deteriorating the enamel on my teeth. So I'm a person that's been eating ice for years with no problem. A lot of people can't do that, and I eat ice with no problem. And then all of a sudden, for the last say month or so, they've been putting something in the water, and this something has been weakening the enamel of my teeth. So when I eat the same ice that I'm used to eating, which now looks white and has something in it, the same ice it was actually breaking off my teeth in little pieces. So then when I speak and whatnot, it's rubbing on my tongue, scratching up my tongue, scratching up my cheek. And I was like, what the hell is this? Before I realized that it's because the chemical, because I could feel the chemical. It not only dries my lips, because usually whatever they've putting in my food and my sugar and whatnot, it dries my lips, but not like whatever they were putting in this water. And I can still feel it, because it's like up here. And you people know when I have this face exercise that I do, right? And whatever they're doing is kind of stopping me from being able to do my facial exercises, because I don't even know how to describe how it feels inside here. Anywho, it's not good. Okay? I'm sure most of y'all ain't going through anything remotely similar to that. And that's just one thing. So yesterday, my witch of a fake mother, Venerine Ryan, or whatever the fuck her name is, she decided to go to my daughter's workplace to try and, I guess, I don't know what the fuck she was doing. Stirring trouble. She, her husband, my sister, the two kids. It was a random visit. It was a random, weird visit. You see, the thing with my story is, you know what? It doesn't even matter. People are just weak. And the level of enemies that I have, I understand why people don't want to really associate with me. And then the kind of lies that they be telling about me behind my back as well. It shapes how people think about me, and that's the reason why I just drop people. Anytime my spirit feel weird, about what's going on around me, I just desert every fucking body, because I know that most people, they just can't be trusted. Because people will sell me out in a heartbeat. Everybody loves money. Everybody loves things. Everybody loves peace. Because if you don't sell me out, they'll just intimidate. They'll intimidate you. They'll hurt your kids. And who's going to want to have these things being done to them and their family on my behalf? People aren't that caring, you know. Justice and righteousness isn't that high of a value on most people's minds and on most people's lists. So I live in a fucked up society. I understand that. Yet I give. Because I was made by the Most High, and I choose to follow in the steps of my Father, my Heavenly Father and my Heavenly Mother. So even though we're so wicked, God chooses to show mercy and love to us. And me, even though people are so wicked around me, I'm going to still choose to show mercy and love, because to go the opposite direction most times, it's not going to end well. And I choose carefully when I choose to be a devil. Because there's only so much that I can take at the end of the day, and I feel like I have a right to fight back for my own honor. You know, in spite of the numbers that rise up against me and the kind of power that they wield in society. But you know what? My links are greater. I know the people with the real power. Is it? So I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid. I'm here to endure and let God use me as God sees fit. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it, you know. I pledge my life to the Most High to use me, and that's what's being done. And I guess that all this madness, the level of enemy that I've acquired, it comes with it. Because I mean, God is the highest of the high, so obviously the most wicked people are gonna be God's enemy. And if I choose to work as a representative of God, then God's enemies become my enemies. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I asked for this without realizing what I was asking for, like consciously, because when I asked God to be used, I didn't know that it would come with all of this. Okay. I'm a humanitarian. I like to help people. I like to build communities. I like to help people prosper. You know what I'm saying? I like to heal relationships. I like to help people to heal themselves. That's what I wanted to do. But God didn't show me the fine print of our contract. Let's put it like that. And over the years, I've been learning the fine print of having a contract such as mine with the divine. You know what I'm saying? Which, might I say, Most High God. That is unfair. That is unfair. I would have still say yes after some contemplation, but at least you could have given me some kind of heads up as to what I was stepping into, instead of shocking my system the way that you have. Just so you know, I don't agree with that part. I love you dearly, but you could have do better in that respect. Why is God laughing at me? Who says God doesn't have a sense of humor? They lied. God's laughing at me. Thank you very much, sir and madam. It's nice to see you smiling. Only because I know you have me back, front, side, up, down, in, out, all these things. Why I'm gonna be cool. Because I know you are the Don of all Dons, the King of all kings, the conqueror of all conquerors, the murderer of all murderers, the devil of all devils, the highest of the high, the lowest of the low, the widest of the wide. There's just no competition. So I'm going to trust you. I'm going to keep on trusting you. But just so you know, you could have given me some kind of heads up that that's the type of stipulations that come with being a representative of yours. And you know what? I blame it on them Bible people. and these church people and all those people who preach religion to us, because at the end of the day, when they teach us religion, when they try to teach us about God, they forget to tell us the part that when we choose to serve God, we automatically choose God's enemies. They forgot to tell us that part. They want to tell us about all the good things that will come of walking that path and taking up your cross. They tell us all the good things, but they forgot to tell us all the bad things that we would have to endure. They don't make it absolutely clear. They tend to glamorize. They tend to glamorize all the good points and not prepare us mentally for all the negative challenges that we take upon ourselves by truly walking with God. That's irresponsible. To every single religious leader, every single guru, every single person representing Christ, God, the universe, Allah, the great one, Ra, whatever you want to call it, it's irresponsible of you to not tell us that it's going to be a treacherous walk. Make it abundantly clear to us that by choosing to walk with God, it is the highest aspiration, but it also comes with the highest rewards and the highest risks. You do not tell us about the risks. Do not let your people who come under your voice take this walk without you allowing them the chance to see clearly what they are headed into. It's not an easy walk. And that's why a lot of people backslide. That's why a lot of people turn away from this walk. That's why a lot of people choose to doubt God's presence. It's because they get slammed with all these kicks and these fists and these all kind of hardship come upon them and that they didn't expect, because then they start asking, where are you, Lord? Where are you when this is happening? Where are you when that is happening? God is there. Make them know, say that God is there testing them. You need to make it clear to anybody who want to get baptized, whether by the word or the water. Anybody who want to take a vow to walk with God, you need to let them know what they're getting involved in. Or are you not a real follower of God? Because if you are a real follower of God, then that means you too would be enduring the same madness, the same difficulties. So if you're not going through these difficulties, then I question your authenticity when it comes to your walk with God. Nobody who truly walks side by side with God live a easy life. It don't work like that. Because this society is largely governed by devil energies, evil energies, opposition to God. So by you taking it upon yourself to be in alliance with God, you automatically make yourself the enemies of the rulers of this society, who worship unrighteousness, unholiness, power, greed, lust, envy, imprisonment, oppression. That's what these people put above all else. And just so you evil people know, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So although I call you the rulers of this, you see why I call you rulers of this society? Because that's all you rule. You're not rulers of the earth. I'm going to give you what credit is rightfully due to you. The fucked up psychological system that is in place, yeah, you rule that. Hold on upon that. But the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And the meek shall inherit the earth. From who? Not from you. You don't own the earth. So know your place. Stop exalt yourself and fool off people into thinking that you're more powerful than you are. Idiot. You're subjected to the same weaknesses as the average man and average woman. You could be shot and killed. You could die of disease. You can be eating your food and choke to death. You are mere mortals like us. You are weak. You are just dust like the rest of us. Only God is strong. Idiots. And they say the devil is a damn liar. And just so you know, the devil that you serve is the same God. God and the devil are one. Reverse sides of the same kind. So just know, say, when it comes to favoritism, God prefers the light. God prefers people who follow the instructions that it wants us to follow. God barely uses your darkness to test us. That's as far as your power goes. Enjoy. Conquerors, you are not. Good over evil. Light over darkness. Right over wrong. Conquerors, you are not. So, dear Lord, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Also, I want you to come in and deliver your messages to your people. Please and thank you. Okay, I'm done saying all I had to say. And that's why you can never win against me. Doesn't matter what you try and for how long. Two more times here. Oh God, here we go again. I think peace is boring. Alright. You know, a lot of people think peace is boring until the madness that they create ends up being too much for them. Then all of a sudden they have a strong desire for peace. They have a strong desire for deliverance. They have a strong desire for redemption. Oh God, please make it stop. You create the storm, and then when the winds start to blow and the rains fall to the point of flooding, then you cry out. Should God hear you at that point? Nah. See, if I'm God, I'll let you sit in it for a while. Feel. Experience your handiwork. Sit in it for a while. You created it, deal with it. So we got, I'm trying my best And we have I'm cheating. Now before I continue, let's just correctly. Okay, it's in the upright. So I'm trying my best and I am cheating. Is that your best, to cheat? I don't know if this is in a business sense, a romantic sense, or what. So let's dig in. I'm trying my best and I am cheating. All right. So the underlying issue we have, don't rush. I want this to get better. I prefer to be with multiple people at a time. Oh my God, is this another stupid relationship reading? Okay, let's continue. I am not a nice person. You fucking think? You got moral problems. Hell yes, you do. If the person that you're with is not into multiple people, then yes, you have a moral problem. If you want to be a polygamist, make sure you get with polygamists. That's how this works. Do not be a polygamist and you want a monogamous girlfriend or wife or husband or boyfriend. It don't work like that. That's a recipe for disaster, especially if they're strong-minded. Deal with your own kind. And then this won't be seen as a moral problem. It's a moral problem when you're trying to deal with somebody who is not of your own kind and trying to force them to be what you want them to be. That's a moral issue. Somebody who is on the same page and on the same level and who think the same like you, they won't have an issue and you won't have a problem. So we have God said no. I don't want you to know. And we have we're growing apart. So let's see what's all this saying. And then we have I was incentivized to do it. So this person had some kind of encouragement to do whatever this is. Okay. So I'm trying my best and I'm cheating. Is cheating really your best though? Anywho, let's stay on. So we got don't rush. The underlying issue is taking time to make something better. So I'm getting so far this person has good intentions. Okay. I prefer to be with multiple people. I'm not a nice person. So at least they're admitting to themselves that they prefer to be with different people. Okay. But then we have I'm not a nice person. So what that says to me is that if you know you prefer to be with multiple people at a time and then you know that you're not a nice person, then that means you know you're doing wrong. Hence I am cheating. Okay? Because you got moral problems. All right. So that's straightforward. Then we have God says no. I don't want you to know. We're growing apart. Let me dig in some more. I was incentivized to cheat. And I'm confused. So now the question is, what is making this person cheat then? We got legal problems, and I don't like this situation. So I'm not sure if this is a love reading or if this is a business reading. Okay, here we go. If one wanted to, one would. Exactly. All right. But then we have I'm not allowed. So this person is certainly fighting within themselves. We got money problems. Money is always at the bottom of some crap, innit? Some horrible behavior. Okay. But this God says no part. I don't want you to know. We're growing apart. So this person is in conflict with God. Okay? I'm still trying to figure out if this is love or what. So it's like this person is straying further and further away from God. Because they know they're not supposed to be doing whatever this is. That's why, I mean, it's their desire to be with multiple people at a time, but they know that it's the wrong thing. That's why it says, I'm not a nice person, and moral problems coming in next. Then God says no, meaning they know that God would disapprove of this type of behavior, whatever cheating they're doing, but they think that that's their best. So that in itself is showing. See, this is the type of thing that happens when we choose to rest on our own power. When we choose to only have faith in ourselves and the people that we have around us. If you want to truly be your best, you need to include God in your situation. Because with God, all things are possible. But you have to have patience. You have to develop your understanding. You have to develop your faith. Okay? If you want to get the best out of life without sacrificing your innocence, then you need to include God in your situation and allow God to guide you so that you're not accumulating any negative karma, because that's what this person is basically creating up here, is negative karma. So whatever this person is doing, because they feel like that's the best that they could do, they're still gonna have to pay for it. They're still gonna leave a trail of broken hearts behind them, a trail of people feeling cheated behind them. And you know what happens when you do that? You set people on you. So revenge. You understand? And if the people that you offend don't want to get revenge on you, nature itself will restore the balance. That's how life is set up, period. And I don't want you to know where we're growing apart. So it's like this person was once close to God, but it's like they're kind of sneaking away from their moral uprightness because they think that that's the best that they can do. So whoever this is, like, have you even tried to ask God to help you to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve without breaking divine law or the laws of the land? You should try asking God to guide you and have faith in what God shows you and the timing that this takes place in. So that way you keep yourself out of these legal problems that you're about to have with the Most High. I'm confused. Legal problems. You will definitely have legal problems. Even if it's just karmically with divine law. This is a problem. Cheating is a problem. Period. Okay? So this story is about somebody who is close to God, but it's like their faith is a little bit weak. So in order to get what they're trying to achieve in life, which I must say they have good intentions, they think that in order to get what they want out of life, that they have to do bad things. Okay, so that's the basis of what we got going on here. I'm trying my best, but I'm cheating. It's not your best, my love. You haven't added God to the equation. Okay, and with adding God to the equation, you have to add other elements like faith, patience, and trusting in God's direction. You're going to have to be willing to let go of or invite people, places, circumstances, new ways of thinking. It's a whole process that you need to go through in order to keep yourself away from the legal problems that you are creating, okay, for your future. Okay? So, let's get the next message. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, man, God needs to be included in the situation, okay? And let God teach you. And also on that list, you can add forgiveness. Forgive yourself for taking the wrong path and know that God has already forgiven you if you choose to change tracks and get on the right path. Okay, if you choose to continue on the wrong path, then even though God love you, you still gonna get your ass tapped. That's how it works, okay? Because we can't spoil you. You can't spoil your children. If they do wrong, you need to let them know that they've done wrong. You need to give them some kind of punishment so that it discourages them from doing this thing again. Okay? And why do you do that? You discipline your children so that the rest of the world doesn't have to. Because the patience and the love that you show to your child when you're disciplining them, the rest of the world will not be that sentimental or caring. Okay? All right, let's get the next message. So this look like it could be in business or just in general survival. This is how I get by, so to speak. That is one more. Okay. Okay. So we got self-employment. So yeah, this is about work. Okay. So you're trying to make it in life, and it looks like the only way for you to do great is by bad, doing bad things. That's the way they've set this society. Okay. Because if they keep your soul, your conscience, and your mind entrapped, the people who run this society, they feel like they got you. Because now when they want to control you, they'll just dig into your files, find all the dirt that they can on you, and they'll manipulate you with this. So in this society, it is imperative that the citizens do bad things so that those who wish to control them have things, have horrible secrets, damaging secrets to hold over them. And when that doesn't work, they just intimidate your children or intimidate you or shut down your bank account or just bully you like they do me. You see what I'm saying? So you're trying your best to do well in this society, but you're finding that it's very hard to do very well unless you're doing very bad things. But it's not entirely true. There is a way to be great in this society without having to compromise your moral standing. Okay? There is a way. So let's see what God wants to share about this situation. Self-employment. God. Oh God. So we got stole a baby, but it's in the reverse. This stole a baby situation came up in who? Cancer's reading a couple days ago. Okay? Stole a baby. And I feel like the Sagittarius reading also had some energies like this, where there was like moral corruption on a high level, and it was like a circle, like a secret society or a coven or something like that, too, where that's just how they survive, and they find absolutely nothing wrong with it. All they'll do is make themselves look upstanding to everybody looking at them, but they can't see what's really going on, the darkness that's within, what they do at night, what they do when nobody's watching, all of that. So let's see. So we got stole a baby, but it was in the reverse. Let's check this one. This feels weird. So this is the disagreement card, but the energy of it, I can't tell whether it's like in the upright or in the reverse. Let me come again. Okay, it's clear now. So it's in the reverse. All right. Lyrical mathematics. So stole a baby in the reverse, and disagreement in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, the underlying issue, we have adoption. We got schooling, witchcraft. This looks very much like the Cancer reading. Okay. So what is this saying now? Stole a baby in the reverse, and disagreement in the reverse. So disagreement in the reverse, the fact that the disagreement card is here, okay, so that's an agreement. So disagreement in the reverse, but it feels like there is a disagreement though. That's why the energy was so mixed up with the disagreement card. It's like I couldn't tell if it's meant to be in the upright or in the reverse. So somebody is very much conflicted, okay, about this. So stole a baby in the reverse. It's like they did steal a baby, but it's like they're saying it's not a bad thing. It's all how you look at it. It was an adoption. That's what this was. It was an adoption. And schooling and witchcraft. So they either want to teach this child witchcraft, or they're trying to arrange the way that they perceive this situation in their mind in a way where it seems acceptable. But all along they know that it's unacceptable behavior. So it's like doing wrong and trying to justify that wrongness. Okay? So we got missing you, immaturity. Yeah. It's like God is like, yeah, nice try, no cigar. Miss me with the nonsense. You're just immature. Okay? We got vacation and assurance. God is like, yeah, take a break from that assurance, because there is no assurance here. All right? It's wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Okay? So stop trying to convince yourself that it's right. Tradition, criminal. So it's what you're used to. Okay? You're used to living a life of criminality, and you try in every which way to program yourself into a way of thinking to make it acceptable in your own soul. But God says, stop lying to yourself. It's wrong. Vacation, that assurance. There is no assurance that you're just schooling anybody, or you're doing it in the best interest of whoever this is. This is just immaturity. Okay? So allow it. Inheritance, covetousness. This is one of the deadly sins. Covetousness of children. So perhaps you couldn't make children of your own or whatever, but you were coveting somebody else's child and you took that child because of classism. So in the society that we live in, it could be because of the color of this child. Maybe this child was light-skinned, because everybody looked down on the dark-skinned children. So this child was either white or light-skinned, and you wanted a pretty baby. So you stole this baby and you raised this baby as your own, and you're trying to convince yourself that it was the right thing to do. But God is saying, stop lying to yourself. It was wrong. So perhaps this is a woman who could not make children, which sounds very much like the Cancer reading again. Check out the Cancer reading from this over the last couple of days. What did we call it? Hang on. Because in that Cancer reading, somebody contracted gonorrhea. Somebody contracted either gonorrhea or some kind of sexually transmitted disease. And that disease destroyed that person's womb. And that person could not make a baby. So what that person decided to do is steal children, or buy them, or whatever. I more think it's stealing, because it's moral corruption and legal problems. Hang on, let me just... I'm going to tell y'all exactly what the name of this reading is. It would be in the lives, and it is Cancer. Some ugly secrets are revealed, and hiding from the truth is no longer an option. Okay, so it's like there was a Cancer person who was finding out these truths, and they were trying to hide from the reality of this situation all this while, but things are manifesting that are making it even more and more clear to them that this shit is actually true. So it's like somebody that the Cancer person is close to is mixed up in this shit. They actually stole a baby or babies. Okay? Somebody that they know stole a baby or several babies because they themselves could not make children. And they wanted babies. And they wanted to use these babies in whatever way that they wanted to use these babies, or these young children. And maybe even into old age. I don't know. But let's see what God wants to share about this situation. So being a criminal is tradition for this person. This is what they're used to. And they've over the years tried to find different ways and means of rationalizing their behavior and making it acceptable. But God is here to let you know it is unacceptable. It is a crime. And when you do the crime, you have to do the time. There is a better way. There was always a better way. Like actually adoption. Instead of stealing somebody else's baby, you could have gone through legal channels. So imagine what this child's life is like knowing that they were stolen as a baby. And can I just say, this sounds a lot like my life story. Again, it was revealed to me that my father took me from my real mother and gave me to this woman, Venerine, the witch, to raise. So now I don't know who my real mother is. I don't know who I really am. I don't know whatever became of her. And the woman that I call mom, I have never, ever, 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 ever heard her reference when I was pregnant. You know them ones where you're just chilling and you're talking with your family and you look back on different times of your life. I have never, as a matter of fact, I have never seen my mother pregnant. Never. My last two sisters, they look the same, but my question is where they really come from. None of my mother's children look the same. Which the two last ones, they have the same father. I have a different dad, and my first sister have a different dad. But none of us look like my mother. Somehow we look like the men. Because I look like my dad. My other two sisters look like their dad. My first sister looked like her dad. But none of us look like her. None of us look like my mother. So who is this woman really? And how does she get these men to do these things for her? I'm beginning to think that me and all of my sisters are stolen children. She get with these men impregnate these other women. Only God knows what they do to the other women once they give birth. But somehow the last woman, it looked like she managed to do it twice. So maybe they pay off that woman. So the husband or the man that my mother's dealing with at the time, they impregnate somebody and then they take the child from that person and give it to this stupid bitch. But I'm not gonna make it about me. Let's continue. Yeah, I'm seeing a vision of somebody wanting to cut my throat. What? Now you want to cut my throat because the secret is coming out? Eh? You wish you could cut my throat? Eh? What happened to my Uncle Ivan? Somebody cut his throat. Was it you? Did Uncle Ivan want to tell the truth about what's really going on in this stupid Green family? Hmm? And what happened to Uncle Franklin? Dead in his apartment for like 3 weeks before anybody fucking knew. Hmm? And why my daddy was so adamant on committing suicide, so much so that he not only tried once, he tried twice to make sure that he get the job done. Hmm? Venerine? See, I'm trying not to make this about me. Don't show me no vision of you cutting my throat. Because it not going to go that way this time. It's not going to go like that this time. Yesterday marks the beginning of the end. You go to Malika's work to torment her for what? Haven't you done enough damage? Saturday the 27th of July marks the beginning of the end. For you and all those other people I'm reading for in this reading right now, who decided that crime is their way through life. Quite frankly, I am glad that I am not of your blood. And that explains a lot about why I'm so different to you, to the whole family, the whole Green family. I do love the last name, so it's like I was ordained to carry that name because it's as powerful as I am. But you're not worthy to carry that name. Yeah. You're not green at all. You're dry. You're dead. You're a waste of space. You're a wayward woman. But mom, maybe that's why God terminated your womb in the beginning, because God knew the type of woman that you were. The house that we lived in 44th Street, and you probably were doing it to my big you. Nah, inga man chat nah, let's say make a chat. No man. Chat no so man that one. They say chat. They're not my secrets to tell. But I urge all of my siblings, look back at your life and face the truth. Face the truth. Horrible woman. God give you a talent to cook. God gave you a talent to clean. But you don't put out yourself to establish yourself as a great chef, or establish yourself as a boss cleaner and have your own company and all these things. Oh no, it's too much work to take yourself to school. Oh no, it's too much work to go through the regular channels to establish yourself as such. Like I established myself as a hairdresser, as a loctician, and soon as a tarot reader or an oracle, whatever you want to call it, an intercessor. Self-employment, I'm doing that. You have the option to do that. Venerine, you're a master chef. You have some, to do, but you're a fucking great cook. God gave you skills that you could use that would keep your ass out of problems, but you choose not to use these talents and gifts that God gave you. No, you have some other different plans. You say, I have a better idea than what God has. Oh, becoming a professional cleaner, a head of a cleaning company, or a head of a cooking establishment is too much work. It's too much work, you lazy cunt. I see how you live. You sit around all fucking day doing nothing. Nothing. And then when night come, that's when you get busy with your dark shit. And when you leave your husband and go this place and that place to go visit your friend, that's when you do your dumb shit. Oh, I'm just going to the shop. I'm just going by. What's her name? Are you really? If you're not with somebody 24/7, you don't know who they truly are, because it doesn't take a lot of time to do the wickedness that people be doing. All you need is half an hour someplace to put certain things in motion. Recognize that. All you need is 1 hour someplace or 2 hours someplace to put some shit in motion. Recognize that. All they need is 5 minutes to make a phone call to somebody somewhere to tell them do this and do that. You don't know who people truly are. Recognize that. And some people are telepathic, so they don't even need to use a telephone. The telephone is within. Recognize that. Okay. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we got Ukraine. Let's see where God is going with this. I just follow instructions. I take up the decks that God want me to take up, okay? So let's see. Ukraine. What are you trying to say? You crying. So, Ja, I'm sure I have a deck with a crying card. But let's continue. Maybe the rest of the story is not in that deck. Alright. So you crying. Alright. So you crying. That is funny, I swear. You crying. You crying. But it makes 100%. Just look at the word. You crying. You crying. I need to make some more decks. Brazil. What are you saying with this now? Bra. Boobs. Okay, so I'm going to tell them that story too, gladly. So, when it comes to my story, my people, the only thing that I've ever heard of when I was younger, coming out my mother's mouth regarding child development, is that I never took breast milk. That's the only statement I've ever heard Venerine make concerning me as a child. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to drink breast milk. Tell the people them it's because you didn't have any milk in your ass clot, big watermelon breasts, them. Tell them that. Tell them there was no milk in your breast for Chanel to drink when she was a baby because Chanel did not belong to you. Venerine. Tell them that. Just say tell them that. Your bra had in nil milk. You crying? Yesterday marks the first day of your downfall. Why you carry yourself to headmasters to go provoke Malika for? You think you're ramp with somebody? Look, the tomb of the unknown soldier. That would be I. Unknown. In a way, I need to thank you people, because now people who would love to know where my roots are. Most people don't know. probably protecting me. NAACP. Ah. So yeah, yo, bruh, there was no breast milk. So all of you people who know people with babies that they don't give them breast milk, perhaps you should start wondering, hey, is that a stolen baby too? Is that the reason why this child is bottle fed and not breastfed? Hmm? Is because the woman's body never gave birth to a baby, so it was never, you know, it was never designed, or it never went through that process of nurturing a baby. She never had a baby. Did you ever see Duva? Oh, don't call the people them name. Have you ever seen any of Venerine's children being breastfed? I've not. I was there for 2 after myself, and I have not seen any of them being breastfed. I didn't even see her with a big belly. All me know, she said she go to hospital, go get baby, and she go to hospital, she come back with baby. Or she went somewhere and came back with a baby. The first one, she said she going to St. Thomas, she come back with a baby. Or she left from there and went to America and had a baby. The next time we were in America, she said she had go to hospital. I don't remember her going into labor or anything like that. At that point, I was probably like 10, 11 or something like that, years old. So although I wasn't really paying attention like that, I was sharp enough. And even looking back now that I know as much as I know, I can remember, I mean, never see this woman a breastfeed no baby. And me now remember her having a big belly. Okay. God took the gift of childbirth from her. Why? Who is she? Who is she really? And whoever this is in your story, who is this person really? Talk about Chanel. Chanel never want to take no breast milk. There was no bumper clot milk in your breasts. Venerine, tell the people the truth. There was no milk in your breast for Chanel to drink, because Chanel does not belong to you. Chanel is not your child. You did not house her in your womb for 9 months and push her out your vagina or any other hole in your body, whether by C-section or whatever. I did not come from your body. I do not belong to the Green family. I don't know who I belong to, but it's not the Green family. Or if it is the Green family, it's not you. Because I kind of watch one of the other sisters, them, you know. And I be looking at myself and thinking, I kind of look like her. One of your other sisters. With this jawline. But I could be wrong with that one. There was one name that I heard called in my past. Somebody used to look at me. More than once, somebody has looked at me and asked me if I know such and such. Last name Irish. I'm not going to call the first name. But I went through a phase of my life, in my adult life, where on at least 2 or 3 occasions I can remember somebody asking me if I'm related to this woman called last name Irish. And I'm like, who is that? I don't know anybody named that. You say, oh, because you look like her. Maybe she's my mother. And I have this lovely thing that I ended up, before all this mess came out, I call this thing here Irish. That's its name. In respect of my Irish heritage, the Irish part of my bloodline. I called it Irish. Maybe God was trying to tell me something. Two more. We got control at the bottom of the deck. Let's see where God is going with this one. Interesting. Let's check this one. Okay, so we got restricted. So we had control at the bottom of the deck. We got restricted, territorial, and we have inspired. Hey, okay, wait. So God is like, yeah, that child don't belong to you. And nothing having anything to do with that child is rightfully yours or legally yours. This is to all the people who are guilty of this crime, including my people, because this is my story too. Everything that is mine, every good thing that is of mine and my collective, it has nothing to do with you who stole us. My inheritance is not yours. The rights to me is entirely not yours. You have no rights to me, period. You have no rights to my collective, period. That's the reality, okay? So we got inspired. What does it mean to be inspired? Let's use a dictionary for that. Let's get a proper meaning. Sometimes when we put our own meaning on things and we go through life thinking, yeah, that's what that means, and then finally we look in the dictionary and it's like, oh shit, I had that wrong all the time. Yeah, today's not the day for that. Inspired. So inspire. Fill with enthusiasm, stimulate, arouse. Fill with enthusiasm, stimulate, or arouse. So restricted, territorial, inspired. Okay, let's check the underlying issue. It'll help it to make more sense. All right. So the underlying issue, we got prank, illness, manipulation, thrill, safety, racism, ordered, and then we have this new start, classism, humor, progress, shapeshift. Love, overdue, lonely, because of dark magic. But there's a time limit to God silencing that power and give me or us justice. Okay, so they had fun. God says you all had your fun fucking with us. You all had your fun, okay? It was funny, classism, humor. So you made us feel, or tried to make us feel like we're nothing and like we're nobody. You took love away from us. We didn't have the love of family. We weren't allowed to have the love of friends. We're not allowed to have husbands or wives. We were allowed to, well, we were made to feel like outcasts. We were made to feel like the unwanted. But God wants us to know that there's a time limit, okay? There's a time limit to the power that you've had over us all this time. And I feel like yesterday started the beginning of your end. Restricted territory, inspired. All now, I don't have clear in my mind what that is about. But just know that God is taking back what is rightfully God's. Because at the end of the day, even if we don't know who our real parent is, we know who our heavenly parent is. And I'm quite happy with that. I'm at peace with that. It would be nice to know who my mother is, but I don't need to know who my mother is. I know who I am, and I know who my God is. Because just because somebody gave birth to me, it doesn't mean that I am like them. You know, God is my insurance. Yeah, God is my insurance. God is my protector. God is my mother and my father when I need a mother and father. Now that I have no mother or father. Well, so all I know is this territory, me and my collective, we do not belong to you. Okay? You who stole us. And God is about to make it clear to you that we don't belong to you. So God is reclaiming that which you stole so many years ago. Okay? And we, the stolen, are going to have our justice. What does that look like? I have no idea. But you've had your fun pulling this prank, okay? Yeah. I swear, throughout my life, I've had people come and ask me, like, who am I and where am I from? And then when I tell them who I belong to, they're like, what? They're like, you're nothing like them. And I mean, people are who they are, but they are my family, as far as I knew at the time. That's my mother, that's my people, you know? Because I was more close to my mother's people than I was to my father side of the family, you know. I do believe that the man who I call dad is actually my dad. I look, based on how I look very much like him. So it's like the dads are official, but the mom is not. In all of my sisters, it's the same story. And then, yeah, tell me why my other sister, we could pass for twins. I was driving with her one day in her car, and I was looking at her face in the mirror, swearing to God that's my face. It was my sister's face. So who is her mother? Who the fuck is my father, and why would he be? Do any of the children belong to these people? I don't know. We're years apart, but we could pass for twins. We definitely look like sisters. Or maybe we're not. Who knows, man? Hey, at the end of the day, I belong to God, yeah? So whoever else I do or do not belong to is irrelevant, okay? They didn't raise me. Even when I lived with them, they didn't raise me. God raised me. All my life, God has been raising me, okay? When it comes to figuring out life, God and I did that mostly, largely by ourselves. We got probably, outside of being housed and clothed and fed, when it comes to who I ended up being as a person, when it comes to my philosophies on life, when it comes to my moral standing as a woman, when it comes to me teaching myself how to, well, when it comes to me becoming a woman, like how to care for myself, how to care for my family and all that. God and I did that. We had to figure that shit out by being in the midst of shit. I didn't have anybody come and hold my hand and say, let me teach you how to do this or let me teach you how to do that. I didn't get any of that all my life. And I have lived with parents all of my life. The only time I got something remotely close to that is when I was living with my grandmother, who I thought was my grandmother. Maybe she knows that she's not my grandmother too. Does she even know who these people are and what they're truly doing? Hmm? What did she think when she see Venerine come home with me saying, it's my child? Did she ask Venerine, where you get she from? Hallelujah. of God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What did the other sisters and brothers think when she brought me home? Did any of them ask, where you get this one you're from? Hallelujah. You know, it was a trend to have light-skinned babies. It was like the epitome of class to have a child of high complexion, a brown-skinned baby. Yes, it meant that you are somebody. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. One more time. The money addiction card wanted to make itself known because, hang on, let me plug in my phone. The reason I was laughing is because I have my own tarot readers that I listen to understand my life story, yeah. And tell me why one of my readers just this week, well, the reading is from many years ago, but I find that the readings still apply. So you watch a reading that was freaking predicted or read like 4 or 5 years ago, and if it was done on the 26th Today is the 26th. Bet your life that not all of them, but this girl kept such great records, okay, of reading. Her consistency is just superb, and I always give her credit, so I always visit her files, okay. So like, let's say today's the what, the 28th, right? I would go on and check her files, and you may have the 28th in, well, she does 2 days, 48 hours or something like that. So you might have the 28th in different months, so like January, February, March, April, May, June. So I check all of the files from that has the 28th in it, so like 27, 28, okay, maybe 28, 29. And bet your ass that in one of the months or several of the months, what's happening in my story now is reflected in that reading from 4 or 5 years ago. So, saying that to say, like around the 23rd or something like that, I was reading, or I was doing my research, because I want to check on my life, what's going on and stuff like that, because it looked like a cycle. Shit just keep repeating, right? So I was watching it, and tell me why. She was very confused in the reading at first. And it was something about a dark skinned baby and how somebody decided to burn their dark skinned baby because the baby was dark skinned. She spoke about um, how the baby was less desirable because the baby was too dark in complexion. And then she went on, as she read and delved more into it, she discovered that I was sold. So it's like, so not only, okay, so this part is like theory, right? I'm not sure, I don't have any proof about this part. But according to what she was saying in the reading, is like, my mom got me from somebody else, so I don't belong to her. That's one crime. So what she did with me is sell me to the industry. And that's why these people feel like they own me somehow. They feel like they could get my womb so they could make beautiful babies, or special babies. Let's put it like that. Special babies. Because they know who I am. They know what I can do. My genealogy, my DNA, my makeup, my roots matter. Okay? So because she know that she got something valuable, she sold me to these motherfuckers. And these idiots who bought me from this woman who stole me believe that they own me for real. Oh, that's like the dumbest shit ever. First of all, even if Venerine was my birth mother, okay, we are mere portals. We are God's children, my love. The people who birth us, they don't own us. They are entrusted with guardianship, and we are obligated to show them respect. They don't own us. You don't get to sell me to somebody and this person believe that they actually own me for real. So apparently, I've been bought by the secret society, I guess the one that's after me so intently. They swear they own me. Because in that reading, it was saying something about a record label. It came out as a record label or some shit like that. I'm going to try to find the reading and I'm going to post it so that you guys can watch it. But yeah, it was just weird. Like, so apparently I've not only been stolen, I've been sold. So that's the money addiction. She got me to sell me to the highest bidder, I guess. I don't know. So it's like, because this woman hasn't worked, Venerine has never had a proper steady job in a she whole life. In a she whole adult life. Have you ever seen Venerine actually working? And notice this as well. She is so opposed to ganja smoke. If mommy smell marijuana, she's like, but you pop them motherfucking pills though. That's your joy. That's your drug of choice, eh? That's the sophisticated way to do it. That's how the elite do it. That's how the people in the upper echelons of society do it. We pop pills. We do not smoke. You always drugged up. Venerine is always intoxicated with pills. I just wanted to throw that out there. Oh gosh, look at this. So raping human adults. That came up in the reading too, that I'm telling you about. So they had plans to make me homeless. Okay, so here's the grand plan, right? The grand plan, so she already sold me to these people, but she can't make it like obvious, okay? So what they do is throughout my life, they just start dwindling down my support system. So I lose my friends, I lose my family, I lose, and this is when I became an adult and of childbearing age. I was like proper ripe, okay? So yeah, so I lose my friends, lose my family, lose my job, lose all stability. Okay, so now I have no ability to care for myself. Now they have me in this house. They tried to make me lose this house. Why? Because they want to make me homeless. So the objective here was to make me completely reliant or in need. Okay, so that when they send somebody to approach me, I will be so grateful, okay, and join them, not knowing it's these people who believe that they have rights to me, okay, because they don't ever come head on. These people, they stay in the shadows, they pretend, okay, they deal with secret agent vibes. They don't ever say, yes, I am from so and so secret society and I'm here for you. They don't ever do that, okay. They will employ somebody and tell them what to say and tell them what to do. This person is just a representative, okay. So the objective was to make me homeless, all right. And then when they make me homeless, they get somebody to come and show me kindness, okay, but it's actually an agent of theirs. And then when they got me in their grips, somebody's supposed to impregnate me, because this is all about getting me pregnant so I can make the type of babies that they want. I was listening to Pastor Michael Orokpo or something like that, and Pastor Michael was saying, look, you have to understand who you are in the grand scheme of things, because your womb, your DNA is not just DNA. Some of us are actually made out of greatness. So you can't just be planting your seed or giving out your womb to anybody, because when these demonic people come in and they breed with you, you've given power to the side of darkness. So what they would want to do is make these babies with me and then take my children and raise them and use their magical gifts to their benefit. Because you see how magical I am. You see the connections that I have with creation. So they wanted my seed so that they could turn my seed into agents of darkness. Because my seeds wouldn't be just mere seeds. My seeds would be special seeds. My children would be special children. And that's why this idiot was hired to impregnate me when all that weird shit was going on about this werewolf thing and all that. Those of you who remember that story and whatnot, they try so hard to impregnate me. So my story would have been one like Mother Mary, an immaculate conception, because I don't see these people. I don't hear them. I don't perceive them. The only way is two things that let me know that I've been violated sexually. Is one, I saw the hairs in my house on more than one occasion. Okay? Different color hairs too. So there were different men that came in to violate me. And these hairs were not regular hairs. These hairs come in like it's animal hairs. Why? Because I'm a hairdresser and I know what human hair follicles look like. Human hair follicles, they're not as tiny as the ones that were at the tip of these hairs that I found in my house. The ones that I found in my house is like you have to look so carefully or you would think that it's just the hair, like somebody cut the hair. But when I ran my finger on it, that's when I felt the little nobule at the bottom. I'm like, wait, this has a hair follicle on it. So I'm like, this is not human. That's the first thing. So they shapeshift. I don't know what I got to do with anything, but that's what I found, okay? I'm just learning this thing just like you. Keep up. Then the next thing that let me know I was sexually violated is there was this acidic vibe that was coming out of my private bit. Somebody was doing something to me. And this thing was so acidic at first. I don't know if it's the people that's trying to help me. They put this acid in there to kill any sperms so that they don't get to accomplish their mission. I feel like that could have been my people, but I guess they're kind of learning the formula or something. They're students or some shit. I don't know, because that shit was real strong. And it's like it would make me itch, and then when I itch, the actual top layer of my skin would come off. That's how acidic whatever was coming out of me was. They've managed to regulate the formula. I still feel it a little bit sometimes, so that means I'm still being violated. Not as often as before, but there's still things going on. And that's why I do this video, did that reading on the dematerialized people, and God revealed that where they sell these tablets that people use to dematerialize themselves, they had it in the Bank for International Settlements building in Mexico. I did all those readings revealing all that information. They probably moved it by now, if they care. But there's a whole lot of stuff going on, people, that we don't know anything about. And before you write yourself off as crazy or write somebody else off as crazy, just know that in this life, fact is much stranger than fiction. Alright? Because there's a lot that they hide from us so that they can maintain power over us. Keep us confused. So for a long time now, they've been trying to make me pregnant. And I'm supposed to be this Mother Mary Immaculate Conception. I'm supposed to think, oh my God, I'm pregnant. But how did I get pregnant? I don't fucking know. Who would believe me? But God simply will not allow it. God has protectors around me that I don't see and I don't know, but they're here. And they do their job. I thank you. Anywho, so raping human adults. So I'll check it. So I was supposed to be raped. And I did a reading recently because, as you know, I haven't been working for a long time, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not supposed to do the tarot work right now because God is still putting certain things in place. But I'm like, am I supposed to be doing something else? So I did a private reading for myself to find out if I'm supposed to be doing something, and God was like, no, you can't go do anything right now because what they're planning right now is to infect you with some diseases. So right now they got some people somewhere around me just waiting for the opportune time to catch me and rape me and give me some kind of serious STD. That's the next trick. Since they can't stop me any old how, that's the next plan that they have in store for me right now. So since they can't make me pregnant, how about I just destroy How about they just destroy the body? That's how they're seeing it. Like, I just destroy her then. Idiots, you're gonna fail with that too. So, anywho, killing humans for sacrifice. Let me just check it, just for auto responsibility sake. Let's see. Perceive. Let's do it again. Okay, this way. Okay, so that's what they want to do, but they're gonna fail with that too. So collective, if they're trying to hurt you to this extent, just know that that's gonna fail as well. And even the Libra reading that I did recently, the Libra Live, was talking about how there was a plan to hurt me, or plan to hurt Libras. So we were supposed to be physically damaged. Maybe this was the plan. But God and its delegates knocked that shit out. So, killing humans for sacrifice. Let's look at the underlying issue. So we got raping human adults. Groom little boys for prostitution. Interesting. Sexually attracted to a friend of the same sex. Bathing in human blood. Incestuous acts with dad. And eating human babies. And all types of nonsense. Drinking animal blood. And credit card fraud. And shape shifting. Sexually attracted to friends of the same sex, so that's more than one. And then we got sex addiction, and then we got human trafficking. So anyway, this being in the reverse says that's what the plan was. Okay, since they can't get to do what they want, they were planning on finishing me or us collective. Okay, since they can't have their way with us, that was the next plan. Just take him out, take her out. Okay, because I guess somebody like us would be very very valuable. But the thing is, what use are we to them dead? We are of no use to them dead. We are of more use to them alive. But it's like, since they can't get us how they want alive, their next bet is to try and take us out. But God said no. Why did the heathen rage and imagine vain things? You see? Because really and truly, this would bring them a lot more. So if they were to duplicate us, you see what I'm saying? If they were to duplicate us and use our seed, maybe they think that if they eat our seed, it'll give them special powers more than a regular seed would. You see it? Because they have all type of weird beliefs, you know. They got some weird beliefs in them upper echelons of society. You think that being around them would be so great for you. Eh? Because they make their life look glamorous. What you need to do is see who they are for real. See who they are when nobody's watching. See who they are when they get together at night or in the wee hours of the morning and whatnot. That's what you want to see. Then you will know that being around them is nothing to aspire. So let's see what else. So because God is restricting their access to us and all that we bring to the table, their next bet is to destroy us completely. It's like, since you're of no use to me, then how about I just take you out? Did you bring me here? If you did not bring me here, you cannot take me out. Oh. Huh? Not even my birth mother who brought me here brought me here. I could have died in her womb. Did you bring me here? You did not bring me here. You cannot take me out. Law on that. You did not bring our collective here. You cannot take us out. Simple. We belong to God. Two more. Hang on. So at the bottom of the deck, we got envy. I'd envy me too. You know, God made me so great that I don't even suffer from envy. I don't know what jealousy feels like. The concept just doesn't make any sense to me. I've never you know what? I used to say to myself, oh, I've never experienced boredom. And one day boredom hit me. I was like, damn, is that what this is like? I didn't like it. But jealousy, God has kept me from jealousy all my life. I've never been jealous of anybody for anything. So I don't know what that feels like. I understand how it could come about, but that's energy that should be transmuted into upgrading self. Like, why are you gonna waste your time being jealous of somebody and what they have? It just never made any sense to me. What's that gonna do for you? What do you have? Mm-hmm. Anywho, so we got envy at the bottom of the deck this time around. Let's see what the message is. If you didn't spend so much time being jealous, maybe you could have been an upgrade too. All right, so we got congratulations. Yeah, okay. Let's see the underlying issue. So, yeah, so God says they want to they want to hurt us, but God's not going to allow them to hurt us. They didn't bring us here into this world. Just know that they can't take you out. All right? God does not agree with that. And like I said, God is God and God is also the devil. So any evil spirit that they're praying to is still the same God that we serve. Ta-da! Surprise! Okay? And if God says yes, nobody can say no. Right. So envy, return, reprimand the saboteur. Get that stupid bitch out of here. Okay? So basically, this person who stole us, they're just envious of us, and they're envious of all of our achievements, our beauty, our personality, our great physique, our business acumen, our good manners, our lovable personality. They're just envious, and it's like people like us more than they like them. And God is like, that envy is gonna be returned to sender, because they're gonna be reprimanding the saboteur or saboteurs. Okay? So we got promotion, competition, interesting, new location, office politics, new staff. So we got, I hate my job, this new position. It's a miracle. We got options, man. Okay, so what's being said here? So just know that there are great things coming for us. All right. So now we're even gonna be promoted higher than we actually are. But there's so much more room for us to grow, collective, because they're jealous of us and what we've achieved so far, and this is nothing. Okay, what we've achieved so far, it does not. It only begins to tell the world who we truly are. What we are capable of, their minds can't even imagine. Okay? So our promotion is going to be seen as more competition to them, because they're of the dark energy and we are of the light energy. Naturally, that's how it goes. All right? So we got new location, office politics. So the bullshit continues. We got new staff coming in. Okay? So there's some new players coming into the game. So there'll be new players coming into your life or our lives. All right? Possibly new players coming into their lives too. And we got, I hate my job, this new position. So there's going to be some kind of a negative energy there. For who though? I'm not really sure who this I hate my job energy is for. But somebody's going to hate their new position. Let's read on. Then we got miracle and I got options. Okay, so it's a miracle that somebody has options with these new clients. Okay. We got personal drama, new business, searching for overtime, or searching overtime, networking, and advertising, the same old bullshit, a change in the rules, work romance, new manager, new management, new contract, conflict. So this is the enemies. Conflict resolution. Look, conflict resolution, then conflict. So conflict after conflict after conflict. So when they solve one problem, they're gonna be hit with another one. So there's some new people coming into our enemies' lives, yeah. And they're gonna be shifting around all types of players and shifting around all types of things and whatnot, and to no avail. Still bad idea. Safety. Y'all aren't safe. You people are not safe. Okay, so just know, collective, we are about to be promoted. Congratulations. And that's gonna make our enemies vex. And they're thinking, oh, maybe it's because this person is in charge. Oh, maybe it's because this person is on the case. Oh, maybe if we move this person and put a new player in there, then they won't see us coming. God already told us. God is already spilling the beans. Okay? So we know you're coming. We know you're sending in new players, and God is ready. All right? So we got 3 more decks to bring messages from. So because they can't kill us, okay, so see how it goes now. So God is stopping them from continuing this prank. God is reclaiming us, okay? Or God has already reclaimed us. They want to use us to their benefit, and they can't use us for their benefit. So what they're choosing to do, so this woman that stole us and whoever she chose to sell us to or whoever she's working with, since they can't use us to their benefit, they choose to try to kill us. But they can't kill us either. God is promoting us instead. So now, because they can't kill us, what they're gonna do is put us in a new environment around a whole bunch of new people, so we could think that that bad energy is cleared when it's not. It's just new players, same old stupid rasclat game. Okay, people, pay attention. Same motive, just gonna try again, right? So don't get too excited. Test every spirit, let God guide you as to who, because just know that we are surrounded by the enemy, but we're also surrounded by friends. And right now they all look the same. How can you tell the difference? Well, let God guide you. That's the best advice I could give you. Because sometimes even those who are your enemies could also be your friends. And those who are your friends could also be your enemies. So let God guide you, and be ready to shift when the people around you shift. So don't hold too tightly to any concept in your mind. Be fluid. Okay? So let's see what else God needs us to know about this. We are targets. Wanted. Dead or alive. And men, you need to know that this pertains to you too, so you need to know if this is your story or not. Because your sperm is sperm of excellence. You need to know who the hell you are. Don't be going around giving all your magic babies away to any old body. Eh? Right. Know who you are. I'm gonna give power to the darkness through your children, through your lineage. Nonsense. Let them die. Let them starve. Let them be the nothings that they are. Stop giving your DNA to them. And your good vibration. Stop giving your good vibration to them too. I'm not even gonna read that out loud. Let's see what the message is. So God has something that it wants us to think about. It says, do you like quickies? Okay, this is not about sex, okay? Let's see. If I lost my ability to perform sexually, would you still date or marry me? What the hell? Jaja, how this just drop into the reading like this? What was this? Do you like quickies? And the underlying issue is, if I lost my ability to perform sexually, would you still date or marry me? Where are you going with this? Okay, ignore that. That's what I'm thinking, like, what? So do you like quickies? So something is about to happen in a hurry. Okay? So there's no delay with what God is about to do in our lives. Alright? That's what you need to know. Sheesh. Wanna confuse a sister? Alright, let's get the next message. So do we like quickies? Yes, we like quickies. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. If you could fast track this for us, the Most High, and be gentle to us at the same time, because we've been through a lot, we would be eternally grateful. Yeah. One more. So let's see what message God wants us to consider in this one. Okay, so have you learned anything new as a result of my presence in your life? Okay, so that's a question for somebody to answer. Maybe it's a question for us to answer about them, and for our abusers to answer regarding us. Okay. Do you see yourself as marriage material? How so? Elaborate on your answer. Interesting. So, maybe this is about our sexual life or our love life. Okay, let's read on. So, do you see yourself as marriage material? I guess this is a question for all of us to answer. And how so? Elaborate on your answer. Hell yeah, marriage material. For the right person. I want somebody who is like me. Somebody who is like me. Okay? My good sides and my bad sides. Let's work the shit out together. But don't come bring no funky attitudes and principles to me and think that I'm supposed to be cool with it. Fuck that. I want somebody who is at my level. Keep the little boy shit for little girls. Thank you. Do you stalk me? And describe yourself. So do you stalk me? Well, I know that they stalk us, collective, but we don't stalk them. We don't, well, shit, I can talk for myself. I don't pay that much attention to these idiots who don't let a second go by without minding my business. And describe yourself. This is for all of us. So what is this about? So we got thinking about how we affect each other's lives. We got whether or not we are lovable or marryable. Like, are you worthy to be a partner, a life partner to someone else? Do you see yourself as worthy to be someone else's life partner? And then we got, do you stalk me? So it's like, how much attention do you give to someone else and their existence? And then we have, describe yourself. So this is considering how we affect each other's lives. This is what quality of a being you are and how important are you to somebody else's life. And this is how much do you mind other people's business. And this is how well do you know yourself. Do you know yourself? How much do you love yourself? What do you hate about yourself? Describe yourself. Yeah, that goes for our collective, and it goes for the people who are trying to take over our lives, our existence, for their own personal gain. And at the bottom of the deck, we got, what's your sexual body count? I don't know, mine might be something like 30 something. Some of them were rapes, probably about 4 of them were rapes. But I count them in anyway because they entered. They entered my heaven. Actually, no, let me see. 1, 2. So this one did it twice. This one did it once. I don't know. It's two. Two of them were unconsensual sex. Yeah. Well, unconsensual sex partners. Yeah. Look, do you find yourself afraid to take accountability for your actions sometimes? I don't. Do you? Sure you do. Okay, that was a little psychological exercise there for us. It would be interesting to hear some of our findings. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is the last message. This is the last deck that we need to bring our messages from, and then we conclude this. So what am I gathering about those last 2 decks? So that was like a little mini psych evaluation. So God is about to fast track something for us, the good and the dark side. Okay, so something about to happen quick. And then the next deck was a little psych evaluation. So that was like a mini court case. So right there, God made us all face ourselves, even for that brief moment. And once you know, you know. So it's like, as we go into the next season of this story, God wanted us to be aware of who we are, so that when things start happening to us, we would be sure of who is a nice person and who is not. When you see bad things start happening, you will know it's because you're not really a nice person. And when you see good things happening to my collective and myself, you will know it's because we are favored, because we put in the work to be favored. We try to behave, we try to do the right thing. Okay, we don't act badly and then try to justify it. Try to come up with different reasoning patterns that would make us feel at peace in our soul. No, we don't do that. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Respect the code, the real fucking code, not that dumb shit that you be living by. Want to make your own shit up as if God didn't establish something already. God already established something. Find it and respect it. One can rewrite the rules. Who are you? You know how any of this came to be? Do you know where the trees and where the sun and the moon and the stars and the water, do you know where any of that came from? You don't own nothing here. Understand the laws that govern this and respect them, or else they will show no mercy to you. Ignorance is no excuse for breaking these laws. Let your punishment highlight the fact that, oh, a law has been broken. Yeah. Hindsight is 2020. I can feel you doing something to my mouth. It's okay. Listen, even if you ruin all my teeth, I would still smile just like this. Let me tell you that now. There's nothing that you can do to me to stop me from being who I am. I would still talk. I would still smile. And I would still feel proud of myself. Why? Because this is secondary. Who lives in here? You can't compare to who she is. And who don't like who's in here because of what out here look like? They're only revealing themselves to me as the trash, the children that they are. So I would thank you in that respect for helping me to see people, deep into people. Okay? So, whatever. If you want to ruin my teeth and God want to allow you, then do it. Okay? And if you know me, you would know that I'd be the type of girl to come up with some sick face masks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I really want to hide myself. Or just have fun with it. You can't stop me. Nothing that you can do can stop me. Because you people have good teeth, you have access to dental, you have access to hospital without being fucking them drawing your blood. Yo, when I got sick and I went to the hospital, you want to see how much blood they took from my body? They took at least 5 vials of blood, yeah? And apparently I had already lost like half of the blood from my body because I was bleeding for a whole month, right? The vials were about this long. If I was to take off anything, I'd probably just take off this top piece. So the vials were about this long. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 inches long. And about I would say almost an inch wide. So that would be probably about One, two, three, 3/5 of an inch wide, something like that. So 5 inches long and about 3/5 of an inch wide. Okay, so separate an inch into five equal parts, and three of those is how wide the vial was. And they took about 5 or 6 of those from my body. What are they doing with that much blood? But I digress. What did they do with my blood? I guess they needed some pure blood for their rituals or something. They were like, get enough. Did it serve you well? Nada. Listen, don't you think that the universe recognizes me? We are not just a physical being, we are also spiritual beings. So if you go in my blood and a different spirit is perceived, that is recognizable. You're a bunch of idiots, I swear. I don't know. But anyhow, to each their own, you know. The gift of life was given to all of us to do as we please with it, and this is what you choose to do with yours. I'm not going to judge you. It's all right. Have fun. Okay? Your lessons, you know, your experiences. Enjoy. Least I can tell you is make sure that you're learning from them. Okay? Use every opportunity to understand the world around you rather than trying to create your own. The world has already been created, the law has already been written, okay? And it's for us to comply, not for us to try to bend the rules, my darlings. That doesn't work, okay? You'll find that you're the one getting the worst in the situation all the time, because I look nothing like what you people expected me to look like by now. Okay, my life, the quality of life that I'm living is nothing like what you people predicted for me by now. I'm supposed to be broken and downtrodden and homeless and ugly and loveless. I'm supposed to be mean. I'm supposed to be looking like a hag. I'm supposed to be a monster. Okay? People are supposed to be afraid of me. People are supposed to not only hear bad things that you say about me, but see my attitude and say, ooh, it look like it's really true. But no, they hear what they hear and then they look at me and they wonder, well, what's going on here? These two things don't match up. Glory be to God. May we all be seen and known for who we truly are. Two more. Okay, so we got man-made snow. Okay, so where did we leave off last? Okay, man-made coolness. So we left off with the psych evaluation last. Now God is talking about man-made snow, so man-made coolness. Okay, So the coldness that's about to be experienced, it was all man-made. Or the coldness that we experience being unloved and having no friends or family, all that, it's all man-made. It's not our destiny. Let's see. Let's see where God is going with this though. It's just like, it's just like God made creation, yeah, but people buy land. Buy land from who? Ever thought about that? When we buying land, who we buying land from? Who the land belong to? I can understand paying for water, because in my view, you could be paying for the pipes and stuff that they lay to bring water from the stream straight to your yard. I can understand that, but who we buying land from? Who owned the land that they could sell it in the first place? Dum dum de day. So it's just like, you don't own us. So how can you sell us? And you, mumus, who bought us, who you buying us from? That was a bogus transaction. They didn't have the rights to this property to sell it in the first place. You need to go get your money back. Okay? Hey, go get your money back. Okay? Hey, God say, oh, you like to be cold. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Man-made snow. So the underlying. So God is gonna make some earthquakes. God is about to shake shit up. Why? Because mankind think that they're so cold. Okay. All right. Since y'all don't have no behavior, since y'all think that y'all actually run shit around here, sorry. So man-made snow, journal or journalism or journalist. So this is information. So like I said, the whole bunch of lies that were told, the narratives that were spun. Let's read on. Recently bugged. So a whole bunch of lies bugged the whole situation. Let's see, integrate. So this is how you managed to make our lives so hard, is because you spin these cold stories, these stories about how we're so evil, we're so wicked, we're so heartless, we're so disgusting, we're so ungodly, right? To get people to help you. We got earth and man-made famine. So where we're supposed to have stability in our lives, you brought famine, an energy of lack, no friends, no family, no lover, no job, no money, no home, no joy. God said, you know what? Since you want to take all the food from them, I'm going to take the water out the situation too. God made drought. And water represents what? Emotions. So since you people want to be cold, we're going to be cold too. And I've seen myself doing things that I have never done in this battle. And I'm not going to stop myself. So if you want smoke, bring the fire. That's my personal opinion. Collective, I don't know how you feel about the situation, but I'm not taking no bullshit from nobody in these times. This war is over. The segment of this war where I sit down and I just allow people to do whatever they want to do to me and I keep my cool is over. I can bite. I can fight. Shit, I could tell lies too. How about I start using all your weapons that you use on me on you? You could be cool, I could be cool too. See, God made drought to the earthly beings. So how about we not be so earthly anymore? Being earthly, being the one to take the high road, being the bigger person, being the one to play fear. But all is fear in war. Remember that. All is fear in war. Not love. All is fear in war. So I don't know where the next chapter is going to take me in this life, but wherever the fuck it take me, I'm willing to go. So if you want to carry me to the crazy house, if you want to carry me to jail, wherever you want to carry me, I'm taking it there. So when you want to send your people after me to provoke me, make sure that they're willing to go there. Go where? To the next realm. From the time you accept to come after me, you accept a death wish. Know that. From the time you make the agreement to target Chanel Green, just know that you have signed your name on the dotted line to experience the worst fate you could ever possibly think of. That's how I'm rolling in this season. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But I've had enough of people abusing me and I won't take it anymore. The woman that they put inside this house, she's one of the MI5 agents that's been fucking with my life. And one day, I opened my mouth and called her a stupid bitch. The stupid bitch that she is, that she's behaving like. All of a sudden, she got uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't know I could bite back? Oh, you thought that because you're doing what you're doing behind the scenes that I won't have the courage to come right out in your fucking face in a real life and address our situation? That shocked you. Oh my God, she did that. Yes, bitch. And I'm willing to do even more. And anybody can get it. Any and everybody can get it. I don't care who you are. As long as you're willing to hurt me, you're open to me hurting you. Period. Okay? So yeah, man, these mankind have been doing a whole lot. Y'all are doing a whole lot, but God's about to shake some shit up. So the way how you know things to be up until this point, it's not gonna be like that going forward. Okay? There will be no peace. Okay? You're not gonna be the only ones to be doing stuff to us and think that you could just go and lie down comfortably and nice in your house and play with your family and have peace in your brain when we don't have any peace in ours. So if you're gonna take our peace, just know that your peace is also going to be taken from you. If you're going to take our home, your home is going to be taken from you. If you're going to take our family, your family is going to be taken from you. Whatever you take from us, be ready to lose that. I don't know about the rest of y'all collective, but that's how I'm rolling in these times. I am not playing. So when y'all hear shit about me, just know it's because they tried it. Fuck around and find out. That's my new name. Right? Right. So, this is what's happening right now. This is the story right now. So, we have been stolen from our roots, and God is about to bring some justice to that situation. Basically, that's the message. And we, the stolen, are about to be exalted to positions that we should be exalted to in this season. Okay, we're about to get some upgrades. Congratulations, will be in order. Okay, and the enemy, all they're gonna do is regroup, change the players, and come back with the same bullshit. So expect that. So don't be too trusting of people and your new environment. So if you're moving home, don't feel like you're surrounded by friends. Okay, and don't feel like you're surrounded by enemies either, because as the story progresses, more and more people know what's going on in your life. Okay, and God is gonna inspire people. Restricted, territorial, inspired. Now it makes sense to me. Thank you, my good fellow. So, God is going to inspire more people to take a stand in this matter. So, are you for us or against us? That's what's happening in the next season. Okay? Are you going to believe the lies about us, or are you going to pay attention to what your soul is telling you about us? Okay, are you gonna believe that we are who they've written us to be on paper or on computer? Because on computer, I'm a terrible tenant. Okay, on computer, I'm a lot of things that I'm fucking not. They're gonna write I'm a terrible tenant, I don't pay my rent, but they're not gonna say that they infiltrated my businesses and stopped me from making money. They're not gonna tell you that part on the computer. Oh no. Easy? But God knows, and that's enough for me. And God will inspire, and I will be blessed, and you will be blessed, collective. So thank you all very much for joining me. Until the next time, my darlings, take care of yourself. Okay?